Hi, welcome back to Finding Truth podcast here on Unscripted Truth TV. Logan back with Austin once again, and we will be covering the race here to start. And of course, if you're paying any attention to it, we got another first time winner, second in 3 weeks, and that's a poignant number for a reason we'll point out here when we get started. But Mr. Carson Hosaver, Carson Hosavar, picks up his first win and in his 91st race, and we'll explain a little bit as to why that matters, as why he picked it up at Talladega, and we'll do a little bit of looking forward. This is going to be to the format of about 2 hours or potentially a little less, but we'll see where it goes. So a little bit of a shorter episode, hopefully more palatable for you guys, so you guys have no problem watching it all the way through, just plugging us into the algorithm. Please and thank you. But yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet and send it down to Austin, see how he's been doing. How's it going, man? Birthday boy.
Yep, almost here. April 29th is coming. Yeah, we had a little meeting, birthday party thing. It was pretty good. Pretty successful week. Big week in my own right. Just like I said, just needed to get my person signed up. I did that, and so I'm got 3 trades a day, some bonuses. So I'm definitely making some money. We got some big things coming. Maybe I'll be able to do some traveling at the end of the year. Maybe I'll be able to go back and forth to Arizona or something. Quite possibly, who knows? Or possibly even go find an ATM, pull out some cash, go buy some guns and ammo, whatever I need when the time comes with the things that are happening. But yeah, pretty exciting times. A lot going on. Pretty good week overall on my end. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. There's been, drama in the community, people falling off, becoming trolls and people attacking each other and stuff. And it's kind of a lot of weird energy in the air, but yeah, it's been that part of it's been kind of off-putting, offsetting, and then just trying to get the word out and do things and have a outreach, I guess, to even other people. But that, like you said, keeping it short and sweet, that's kind of I think the new motto, keeping the episodes to around the 2-hour mark, I think is kind of the new approach. I think hopefully that's going to keep, it keeps us fresh. It keeps other people fresh. I think it will help, like you said, maybe the algorithm a little bit. I know people have been subs kind of go up and down. I know we kind of lost some and then we gained some. Now we're like back to 360, and then the views have been kind of going down each week a little bit. I know this episode was slow and then it kind of somewhat had progression towards the end, but it's hard to say what's real and what's not. But like I said, I think with just keeping things shorter and sweeter, I think it's just better all around. And I think it helps people not only want to watch or, take part in it, but also, just kind of, makes life easier for everyone. And then, gives us more time to ourselves and our own lives. And I think a lot of people too, they, from what I've talking to other people, whether, whoever it is, they all agree that, shorter is better and they prefer that. So I think that's a good way to go about things. But, yeah, this is don't have a lot of notes for myself on the race or what we're really going to talk about tonight. So we're just kind of going to be winging it along. But, one person who did wing it along was the big ho, and that being the host of our in Talladega.
Yes, sir. Mr. Carson picked up his first win in his 91st race, so it only took him 91. It's pretty special. Did mention in the lead up, we did just a little bit of looking into it, and we did have some great notes from the community. Even if they weren't like race calls or anything like that, there was a lot of great information in there that to think about moving forward as well. And interestingly enough, I through text with Joseph too. I had him calling or at least pointing out some things about Chase Elliott, and he was right there. I mean, at one point he was like right on the tail of Hocevar, like what, like 5 laps left or something like that. But yeah, he was right there to win. I was pulling for him. I was like, oh, please let him get this call. But it wasn't to be because they got the first time winners on deck right now, like you mentioned, in the lead up to 2 out of the last 3 races, and both go to 23-year-olds. What do you know? What do you know? The young guns.
It's like 23 XI. Yeah, it was really, and like I said, it's interesting because, Reddick's won half the races this year. And even if he wins just one of the next 2, he's still going to, be 6 for 12. So he'd still have won half the season, even if he wins just one of the next races. And you got Texas and you got the road course. And, this is kind of, based off of, I'll have to look at the highlights, of course, but just kind of based off the way what I've looked at, I try to follow the race a little bit here and there and kind of see what was going on. But, it's kind of your typical Talladega race. It's kind of place you kind of expect other people to probably be up there doing well, kind of whoever doesn't get wrecked or in a wreck or something. But it was interesting. I didn't know what they kind of had planned for this. I know because, like I said, we got that road course, the Glens coming up. So I think, we got big Chad Little turning 63 on my birthday and then born in 63. So, looking at the Glen, are they going to get that big Glen thing in there with the big Chad Little ritual? Is it going to be Texas or was it going to be here? And, just kind of, there's a lot to look at. The attorney driver also equals 97. That's kind of one we've been missing, but, for another 97, that fourth cipher. But, it kind of seems like, like I said, I'll have to look into it more, but there really wasn't a lot there from just looking at the gematria. I was, doing a little bit when I was sitting there when we're having the meeting or the birthday gathering or whatever, but I was, looking, I didn't really see a lot there for Hocevar. I know, I think his last name or whatever equaled 117, which is just one off of it's the 116th day of the year. So, that was kind of close. But I really didn't see much. I know you pointed out the connection with the 88 days. I think with Trump and then of course the Pope as well. Those were the only connections that you pointed out that really I looked into. Big shout out to Edward Frankslowski, who sent me on Free to Find Truth. I think he's hit me up on there a couple times with some NASCAR stuff, some good notes. He had some really good notes on Reddick, and that was very interesting today. And Reddick, I don't know if he got in a wreck or something. I think he got 14th, but he, there wasn't qualifying because of the rain, so qualifying got rained out, so it started by points, so Reddick was on pole automatically, so, and he was still kind of in position, he kind of seemed like, half the field DNF'd and wrecked, so he thought we might get another one, but maybe they thought that was a little too obvious, a little too much, so, maybe he'll win the next 2 or one of the next 2, but it's going to be interesting to see how those races play out. But yeah, this one just seemed like we said, just more of the first time winner tribute, keeping different people float, and another 23 XI. Just not really not a lot from what I've seen, but maybe, maybe I will find more. We'll find more maybe when we look into a little bit more. But yeah, this one, I guess, and I just kind of felt like maybe, it was going to be time. I know he was someone that has been kind of there at times to get that first win like Gibbs. So it's not really shocking to see him win. It was kind of something I think that was just in the making, and I think they just had this be the time to get it in and do it. The only thing weird that I noticed too, if you do look at his, when you look him up or his picture, whatever, it says from Las Vegas. I don't know if that's some kind of, or this picture's like a on the Wikipedia says Vegas or something. So I don't know if that's or if you scroll down a bit.
This is from
at Las Vegas in 2020. I don't know if that's like a Kurt Busch. There might be some Kurt Busch in that right there, but it's hard to say.
Interesting, yeah. Very recent picture.
Right.
Oh, he's pretty tall too.
Yep.
He's 6'5". He's got to be one of the tallest drivers.
It says some says he's 6'4", some say it's 6'5", so he's either 6'4" or 6'5", I guess. One of the two.
He probably got on to Wikipedia and edited it up a little bit. So like we mentioned, he finished 23rd last year too. Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was his 91st race, and in the reverse ordinal cipher, you got, of course, Dega, what everybody calls Talladega, equals 91. A little interesting little tidbit there. And then, like Austin was saying, yeah, from his birthday, from his previous birthday on January 28th to today was 88 days. And of course, yesterday you had the whole Trump hoax, assassination hoax thing. And Trump was a pretty big mainstay. There was a lot you could compare with the winners and the pollers and everything last season. We were always looking at what Trump was up to and looking into that. So far this season, it hasn't seemed to be much of a Trump-based season. And of course, makes enough sense. Last year he did the pace car in the Beast or whatever for Daytona or whatever. So, or for the first race. So makes sense that, made it a point to be out there and what happened, if you guys aren't aware, you had the number 88 car win quite a few races last season. So no surprise there. And we were able to pick up on that and all that good stuff. Of course, the former 88 and the current 88 aren't doing so hot this season, but long season. But then the other little tidbit was just comparing it with the Pope's birthday is, what was it, his upcoming birthday? Oh, the span, right? So it's 142, a span of 142 days from the Pope's birthday, and I believe it was it his full name? Yeah, Carson Hocevar equals 142. Like we said, not a ton that we were going off of, at least numbers wise. I'm sure there's a narrative sitting out there that, shows more clearly potentially why we got this outcome. But I did look at the Chili's as well, although it was like Chili's Chili's Dente or something. Let's look real quick.
I didn't even know if that was his primary sponsor, because that's what he's wearing, his hat there in that picture, the Chili's. So
it must be his primary sponsor, because he was racing Chili's today too. I guess it doesn't need to be his primary sponsor. It could just be, how sponsors work. They could be just for today. But it was like Chili's. Okay, it just says Chili's, but okay, actually, I think it was on here. Let's see. Okay. This whole website changed, by the way. This driver averages. I had just gotten used to the old format, and then they changed it up. Yeah, race win should do it. Chili's ride the Dente. That's what which, like, I get the al dente reference, but I don't really get it. Does have the There's that 102 as well, but got the 177 like the Jesuit order. That's funny. But what was it? What was it? Talladega? No, that was 104. So there's a 102 in my either way. Whatever. Yeah, not too sure if there's any major breakthroughs to be had through the numbers at this particular moment. I'm sure there is. I shouldn't say there isn't, but not 100% sure. What's just Chili's? Oh, Chili's was 102 as well. So it's like they're the whole name and the main name. So not too much to go off there, but did some playing with the weeks and stuff. The only other thing I noticed was from the Pope's birthday, or from this race to the Pope's birthday, is 20 weeks in one day. So there's a little bit of a 201 there, but I hazard to guess that it's not coincidence, but not going to sit here and say that's why Carson Hocevar won, but you never know. It's the devil's in the details, so they say.
Yep.
But yeah, he does race for Spire too. Spire Motorsports has the 177 and the 96. We've highlighted this on several drivers that their sponsors like directly correspond to their name gematria or their team name gematria. We've highlighted this with several drivers. It's clear that that's what they're doing. It's super clear. We've highlighted it. Yeah, Chili's ride the dente. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Ride the dente. Now you know why they use such a ridiculous name. Matches up with the ownership.
Yep.
Who owns Spire? I have a thing I was working on, so I have it written down. So I have it indexed somewhere, but and their birthdays and everything. Jeff Dickerson. Okay, I think I remember this one. This is the one that had like 3 owners. No, I don't want to ask you anything. Or maybe that was a different one. Yeah, here we go. TJ Puchier selling his shares. Yeah, there was 3 owners, and they've consolidated. Good old Jeff Dickerson.
The Dickerson.
Maybe Jeffrey Dickerson. I don't know if that's how you spell his name, but just looking. Does have the 88. Interesting.
There's another weird name too. And Dan
Torres. Of course, he has toe right in his name. It's like, all right. All these car references are so funny. Has the 142 like Carson Hocevar. So we've highlighted this as well, that, management will, the team, the organization or the management will have direct correlations with their drivers as well. We've highlighted that as well. Here's another example. Dan Torres. Gotta love him. I have found these people separately and found their birthdays and such, but I'm not in too much of a hurry to track them down for that purpose. I would assume that this was paying homage. Now, for the number 77 car, what are some of the drivers that have raced the number 77?
Dave Blaney's raced that. What's his name? Robert Presley's raced the 77. Brendan Gaughan, Travis Quaffle. It's not really a super. Eric Jones.
Morgan Shepherd. Looks like it's been passed around quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty passed around number.
There we go. Oh, this is handy of this website. You're right, Dave.
Sam Hornish. Yep. There's Presley at the top.
How many drivers? What driver is he for this? He is the 115th driver for the number 77. Interesting. See, how many wins does the number 77 have? Does it even like calculate it at the bottom? Is it literally the third win? Is it the third win for the number 77 car? And how many races? 1,136. And yet, so keep that in mind, guys. Tyler Reddick has 5 wins already. Just throwing it out there. You know, this car has 3 in its lifetime. Tyler Reddick has 5 this year. So, you know, just do with that what you will. I think that's pretty clear that it's numbers rituals taking place when a car's history can have 33 wins total, or 3 wins total in over 1,000 races. That sounds like more normal odds than 5 of the first 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, Bobby Wawack, Bill Champion. Well, win a race and then call yourself that, buddy.
Oh, you're going to be a Bobby Wawack. Or Eddie Dickerson.
Is he related to the owner?
Or Dick Linder.
Is this guy related to Jeff Dickerson?
It says Earnhardt drove the 77 too.
Couldn't get a damn win. But that's interesting. Eddie
Dick
Dickerson.
Linder.
Let's see how far this rabbit hole goes. He must be the father of Jeff Dickerson or something. Brother or something. I don't want to see his LinkedIn. What the hell? That's just so random how there's just no relation. It's just the current owner of that car's number is Jeff Dickerson, and a former driver was Eddie Dickerson. Those odds are kind of weird too. What are the odds? I don't even meet that many. I don't even know if I've personally met another Thomas. I'm not, and obviously that's common enough in a name. I'm not saying I never will or I never have. It just hasn't stood out to me that I've met another Thomas in my life. And that's certainly more common, I would assume, than Dickerson. Yet you have the current owners of that car being a Dickerson
And
a
how
former
many
driver.
dicks? I mean, you got Dick Linder. I mean, how many dicks can we have in the sport? I mean,
We need more female representation, man. Need more leggies out there.
yeah, get the lovely leggies going. The sausage fest is
It'll be like Alice, I don't know, like Pussyfoot or something. Like I don't know. The female names are going to have to get as funny as the male names
Doc
to keep up.
Lee. I mean, look at these names. Doc Lee. Another Dick. Look at there's another Dick. Dick Same or
Dick Linder.
and then there's another
Oh my
Dick.
gosh, there's another Dick. Well, I mean,
how many dicks are we gonna find?
I mean, some famous names drove the 77. Musgrave, Jimmy
Yeah.
McMurray,
Earnhardt. Yeah.
Mike Rockefeller. You're not fooling us. We know who
Yeah.
you.
Come on, Rockefeller.
Yeah. Jimmy Rothenchild. It's like, all right, come on.
Now he would drive the 84.
Eddie Beer.
Boris Seed.
I'm just going over these names is pretty funny. Weldon. All right. Your father's a famous mechanic and named you Weldon. Rossi Boys driven it more recently. Davy Jones.
David Jones.
Wonder what he had in his locker. Probably a noose that Bubba saw. Chuck Mahoney. Let's go.
Was related to wrestler Balls Mahoney.
I'm surprised with how many dicks there are in this sport. There's not more balls.
Yeah. Greg Sachs. Oh, I think we spoke too soon. We got Greg Sachs.
Wow. There's no way. Dude.
We just stonewalled ourselves.
Actually, no way.
We just stonewalled ourselves.
Don't.
We got sacked.
We spoke way too soon. We should never underestimate the names of NASCAR drivers.
Hornish Jr. You got to love that one too.
Horn, Dick, Sachs. Oh, yeah. Brendan Gagon. It's like
Brendan Gaughan. Yeah, I remember Brendan Gaughan.
Oh, I said Gagon. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, he drove that in like 2004. Quaffle drove it in like 2005. Blaney was like 2002, 3. Presley was like 2000 and 2001. He's got the most at 133. Look at Hornish Jr. 106 like NASCAR.
Yep.
House of our 82nd.
Yeah, his 82nd in the 77. He has 8 with another car and one more with another. For 91 total. So
Kosovar should have, by the time his career's done, easily the most laps led in the 77. I mean, it's not like that's really a lot of people have led laps in that car. Eric Jones, 310. I mean,
that might be the tops.
Yeah.
Guaranteed it's the tops. But you know what Eric Jones couldn't do? Couldn't pick up that win. Let's see. Justin Haley and Joe Lee Johnson. Those are the other number 77 winners. Holy and they both, the only lap they led was to win the race. Let's go. The two previous winners in the 77 car led 2 laps total.
Only the last lap, both of them.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Wow.
The only one you need.
So we have major history here today then. Yeah, I couldn't remember off the top of my head at the 77 ever winning. I knew
it is a technically a master number, and it has
yeah, like flight 77.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's been used quite often in I'm like even thinking of what was like Bill Walton wore number 77. He brought the Blazers their only championship. I think Bill Walton equaled 77 as well, but or did they win their championship in 77? Was it? Isn't it both? Didn't he wear number 77, win their championship in 77? Sorry. We could talk basketball for a second too if we end up getting there, just because it's just been so funny. It's just such a dramatic, ridiculous sport, or play, I should say. Yeah, 1977, and then he wore number 32. Okay, but his name equals 77. I'm pretty sure. I gotta look it up. Can't help it. William Theodore Walton the third. I haven't looked this stuff up for a while. I don't think it was his full name. I don't remember what it was. There was another 77 entrenched into this with Bill Walton. I'm trying to remember. Oh, was it just Walton? Yeah, just Walton equals 77. That's it. All right. And 32. So he wore number 32. All right. You see what I'm saying, guys? I'll stop the sidetrack there. So yeah, you're right. We'll see if this is a dawn of the 77 car, like it's uprise, or if they're just it's back to obscurity like the last few times it's popped up and just gone back away. Famously had the Kodak. Nice.
Yep.
Kodak moment. Would have been a Kodak moment, just that take the lead the last lap and win.
Yep, big Brendan gone in the big 77.
He was in it, then he was gone.
Yep. You'll never catch him. He's gone. It's out of here.
All right. Well, also that's how many Chevy wins so far this season?
That's the second one.
Yeah.
So 7 for Toyota, 2 for Chevy. One, really, this is the only one they really should have won. The other one with Elliott was just kind of dumb, but and then you have the one Ford win with Blaney. So 1 Ford, 2 Chevy, and 7 Toyota.
Dominated by Toyota. And you kind of see the writing on the wall for Toyota last year as well, that they were trying to make a statement. I mean, we went as far to see if like Toyota had a new models rolling out and everything, and I think they did. I think we did uncover that they had not more than just like, they always are putting out like slight changes to their lineup every year. Right. All the companies do that. It's just they add plastic in places and digital things into places, and they call it a new car. It's almost like iPhones and everything else in this bum ass garbage world we live in. But I think we did highlight that Toyota had like a special year planned for this year. I don't remember off the top of my head. I just remember looking it up with you. I think we did that during the playoffs, during their three-peat to get 201 wins. So if that is worth to anyone to go back and look at those, or just look into it yourself, I'm sure there is. I mean, because these manufacturing companies are, at the front and center of these rituals is going to be like the ownership of these companies, and people say, oh, it's a Japanese company or whatever. It's just like, yeah, no. That's like saying like U.S. companies don't have any like outreach to other like nations. There's a reason there's embassies for politics and if you look at technology, it's the same way. There's going to be an English or an American branch of almost every major company in other countries, just like there's a Japanese branch in America and Mexico and all the major countries. But yeah, I'm sure some CEOs are padding their pockets. Because, like, isn't that a thing too? Like, don't they consider like a manufacturer winning a championship as well? Or they
Yeah,
factor it into how many races they won, and like
they
that
used.
adds to like
I
the legacy.
I think I don't know if they still have the manufacturer championship. They used to.
I heard.
With like Chevy and Ford and Pontiac and Dodge, they used to have manufacturer championship. I don't know if they still do that, but yeah, that I mean, and that used to be more of a thing because a Pontiac was a Pontiac, a Chevy was a Chevy, Ford was Ford, Dodge was Dodge. Now the cars are the same, so it's not like it's really different. Like you said, I mean, every year it's just a little difference here, the 25, 26 Camry or the Mustang or whatever, just these little tweaks here and there, these small differences, and they're going to say, oh, it's because, Chevy's not doing good, Hendrick's not doing good because these tweaks and these changes and the new car, and, it'll be better in 2027 when it's all just rigged to be this way. I mean, they can just take any car they want out of whoever Reddick's car and just make it indestructible. They can put NOS on that thing. They can, give them more horsepower. They can give them a more durable car, whatever. I mean, there's plus you got race control, everything else out there. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways they rig it, like we've talked about in the last so many episodes. And there's a lot of ways, not just what they're giving these teams to run off of, but what they do to the individual cars themselves, and how they script these races out to get the outcomes.
Yes, I do. Looks like Chili's was the hot topic today for NASCAR today. I guess it's worth an honorable mention. The other series is we could take a quick look at the O'Reilly series. Now, which are there like 2 days? I want to say there's 2 days right now. I could be wrong. Like, isn't there a day in the Menards racing too? Or is it the same guy? Hold on, sorry. Because that's really what I want to get to is the Menards, but peek here first.
Paul Menard.
Oh, it's Die. Okay, never mind. That's what it is. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go take a look at Mr. Corey Day. Now, where do I?
Yeah, he had a lovely day.
It was a Corey kind of day.
It was his day, man. It's his day. It's your day, man.
He's only 20.
Another young.
Good for him. Not sure what to say about this. I don't know if this is his first win or not. And does this cover the Xfinity? That I do not know. Or the O'Reillys, whatever. Oh, it does. Here, let me make it smaller just for a minute, just so it's easier for me to navigate it. Let's see here. Take a little peek, see if this actually works. Oh, dang, that went fast. Let's look at this. Oh, he's only raced. So he already got a win in his first 17 races. That's pretty good. I guess his first 22.
Still pretty good.
That's not bad. All right, so he's off the Schneid. He broke the seal.
The 22 club.
Hopefully
Club
not.
22.
He's got 2 years to live. Although, keep that in mind, a couple of years from now, he's a young kid, so gets his first win in his 22nd race. Look for when he's 22 years old. Maybe they make a bigger deal out of him.
Yep.
Maybe it'll be Corey Year instead.
Yeah, it'll be his day. His days are numbered.
Yep. His day every week. Oh, see, he's a Hendrick driver too. Interesting. Okay, well, he drives the 17 as well. Interesting.
Another 7.
I won't go too deep on this. I'm sure there's more to it. I did want to point out that Mr. Bell picked up another win in trucks. Funny enough, and he was doing quite well in the Cup race as well. So I'm sure his day is coming up soon.
He was our Winston Cup champion last year.
Yeah. He had three wins on the season too. So I believe he got 3. I'm not.
No, he had at least 3, if not more. I think he might add more, but can't remember.
Oh wait, no.
He had 3 in a row.
He won in the playoffs too. He had 3 in the. Yeah, did he finish with at least 4?
At least 4, yeah.
Yeah. I'm tripping. Of course, he's got the 3-peat. But always got to check in on my Malcolm in the middle. Unfortunately, it was Malcolm at the bottom today. So Frankie Muniz just not cutting it. Not honey cutting it. That's for sure. And finger.
Yeah, I've seen that name before.
All right. Queen. Most of our top 10 as well. What a great week for him. Did he race this as well? Can't remember. Probably not.
Isn't there? There's the honey cut. There's the honey cut in the trucks, and then there's a honey something. I think in the O'Reilly or something. There was like 2 honeys. You remember that? Like, or something of that degree.
Maybe he was just like an add-in, or however that works. Let's see another honey. That doesn't mean he's not there.
Can only have one honey. Who's your honey?
What honey? So yeah, on the way to Texas. Now, we've kind of conjectured about the potential for SVG to have a good showing at Texas, potentially leading into the Glen. Yeah, let's take a peek. See,
It seemed like he was doing decent today. It seemed like he had
attention to where he finished.
Yeah, when I was looking, it seemed like he
finished
20th. I don't know if he got wrecked. He might have gotten a wreck, but
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we barely even mentioned that. I mean, the top three was definitely a. I don't know who had that on their bet slips, but I gotta see proof. But even
Yeah,
had
Bowman with a strong
James
showing.
Smith, top five in.
Stenhouse up there, Chastain, yeah.
Yeah, Stenhouse was leading too. So
Yep. Busher's doing good. Stenhouse doing good.
good mix. Not a I mean, I was gonna say, did Toyota top 10? I don't think they did. Yeah, Toyota's 14th. So that and they probably do that as well to kind of highlight the super speedways and how some cars have an advantage at super speedways. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't they? Isn't that where they can highlight a manufacturer's like faults or um, like good things about certain like the Fords race really well at super speed. You know what I'm saying? NASCAR, like NASCAR talk.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this season. I mean, Reddick won the last two, super, or at least Daytona, and then he won Atlanta, which is now, restrictor plate track. And then, it's like he's won, the intermediates, he's won the mile and a half, so the speedways, and he's, damn near win the short tracks. He won the road course. So it's like, you got Talladega, you got Texas, so you got a super speedway, another mile and a half intermediate track, and then you got the road course. It's like, well, he's got to probably win one of them. He's winning, every about once a week to maybe twice in a row or once every few weeks. So, and like I said, even if he wins only one of the next two races, he's still going to be 50% on the season, which is just insane.
He's sitting pretty. Yeah, Texas Motor Speedway equals 77. Look out, 2P. 2P for hosting. Uh-oh.
Now it's really going to be a hoe.
Texas is one of those. Yeah. Where exactly is this taking place? Fort Worth. Okay. George Bush will be at the game. Fort Worth is hosting the Worth 400. All right.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Fort Worth, Texas has the 56 and NASCAR. See that 187 too. Not hiding from me. Fort Worth has the 53, and this will be on 5/3. Let's run the numbers. Let's just while it's fresh on my mind here. Let's 95 days.
95 can play pretty strong. We've seen it do that before at Texas.
Let's see. It'll be the 123rd day of the year as well. Interesting.
Be a back-to-back hoe.
Be the winningest driver of the 77, just like that.
Yep.
No must of us. 3 months, 5 days, a lot like 35, like 3rd of May.
Yep.
About to his birthday. 270 days. Well, it remains to be seen. Then we look up what Worth was. Fastener company. Fastener screws and screw accessories. Based out of New Jersey. Oh, okay. That's a product list. Okay. So what do they have like a little German, whatever these things are.
Yeah.
Or German. Yeah, German. Worth Group.
It's worth it, I promise.
Founded in 45, huh? Uh-oh.
Mm.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Adolf Worth. Oh, no. Oh, man. He died in 54?
Wow.
Hey, he was only 46. Didn't even get to spend his fortune. He was like his own like died by like a faulty like screw machine or something. He got screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Worth. Fort Worth.
Worth it.
It's gonna be for somebody, that's for sure. Worth has that 27, a lot like for that 270 with the take away that 0 with numerology, you got a 27 right there. An interesting. Worth equals 45 as well. What's it? No, it's not that. I mean, it could have a strong showing from Blaney as well with that 45, but I'm not going to put all my eggs in the sponsor's basket, but it is interesting. Let's see. I'm just too curious. How did Homeboy die? Adolf Worth. How did he die? Chill, Google. Chill. Oh, okay. Oh, he's second. he's gonna go down as the second Adolf. Ah, sucks. Sorry, bro. Tough. That's tough, bro. Okay, how'd he die? He married a kinder man.
Heart attack.
Heart attack.
Must have been the heart attack gun.
Might have got a
Klaus Frieder.
maybe he got an experimental vaccine from the Nazi soldiers.
Got Klaus Schwabbed by Klaus Frieder.
He got swabbed.
You got Schwab.
Swabbed up.
Your Worth got Schwabbed.
I need that brain swab. December 14th. I think someone has a birthday December 14th in NASCAR. But anyway. Taken over by his wife. Just walked into it. Whatever. Just casual billions of dollars in 1954. Casual. Just walks right into it. Whatever.
Easy money. It was worth it for her. She was really worth it.
Mm-hmm. She put the work
Mr. Worth. What's your net worth, Mr. Worth? How much are you worth, Mr. Worth?
Germany is one of those ones where I always pause when we start talking about Germany in the 40s, and not for the only reason that most people would, obviously the World War, but a lot of people have no clue about the changing of the guard in Germany and how you go from a country that was a militaristic and futurism was their like goal. Their goal was a obviously these people are all in bed together. Obviously Germany and US and USSR and China and all these entities are, they're playing the games at the top, and their borders are really no borders to them. But my point being is, like, Germany had a plan for a specific ethnic paradise that it was. I won't sit here and say it was rooted in evil. Obviously, you're going to look at I'm not going to sit here and be labeled a sympathizer. It is what it is. I'll talk very, very plainly that, just factually, according to the history's facts, of course, what they were going for, not saying that they went to war for these things, but what they were going, their agenda as a country, or I should say an empire, as you saw, they were the former, it was the empire of Germany, Germanic Empire, was basically to be closed off. It wasn't necessarily to take over everywhere else. It was to be closed off within and have the specific. It's basically what every other nation wants, but they had a specific like paradise at the end of it. It's very almost kind of culty, but the people were in on it. The people were down. As far as what I've seen, like the population was all for it. And to sit there and call them all like racist or whatever, I think that's a little short-sighted, especially we have no idea what that's like. We have no idea what that's like. What's it like to have like a unified nation? Where? Show me one. Yeah. Like, so, having said that, it's like, I'm sure it was closer to paradise than we could ever have here. And I'm not saying because of what they did. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying because at that time, there was like the system was incentivizing the citizenry to build the vision that they were okay with. We have no idea what that's like. We don't have any say on what happens in our vision at all. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can say. There's nothing we can do. You can vote till the cows come home. It ain't happening. And that's not to say that they were like super letting the people do whatever. Obviously, it's all co-opted and top down. I'm not sitting there saying it. I think it was great and everything. I'm just saying, Germany, I think, was the last. Like you'd look at like Russia nowadays, and that's maybe even China too. It's hard to tell because we don't go to these places and we get propaganda all the time. But Germany was the last one that was, I guess, some of the Nordic or like the Sweden and some of those places.
Norway, Finland,
Norway, Finland, exactly. Those places are. Unfortunately, they're all on board with the, pretty hyper liberal. But as far as their like vision for the landscape of the country, at least that is kind of like something that the people feel like they have a say in. Their healthcare is like makes sense, and their food makes sense. It's not like as far as I know, Sweden didn't have to go to war with its own government to get real food. I think the government was always just like, you know what, we're not going to try that with these dudes. We're not going to press the Vikings on their peanut butter and their fat and their butter. We're just going to give it to them, and we're not going to try to go the margarine route like the US is doing and all the plastic in the food. But I'm sure there's levels to it everywhere. It's just different levels.
Yep.
Well, little sidetrack, but hey, what I like about these little sidetracks is somebody will end up like emailing. Usually Dale's good at doing some homework. I think he just gets a little bit of light bulbs and inspiration and a sync or whatever. Like maybe he was thinking about something already, and then we bring something up, and he just goes into it. He sent us some really good stuff that if we ever do a more of a planned episode, it's not like it's like a whole episode's worth of information. Obviously, we'd have to do some homework, but he goes into it with all these extra. I wouldn't say extra groups, but like different branches and arms of like main secret societies and stuff that a lot of people haven't heard of. I know we've covered quite a lot of them.
Yeah,
but
I know I think we did a show on one, like something like that. Those like, just like some extra ones, stuff like that.
We did the Orange Man, and I think we talked about some of the Egyptian orders as well, and we obviously did the Shriners.
Yeah,
we've done quite a few. I mean, a lot of episodes to think back now.
But those first 10 episodes were big with the Great Wall of China and the pyramids and stuff like that. We've pretty much touched about every topic you can touch, the stars and space and all that good stuff too.
Absolutely. So as far as next week, obviously, guys, hit us up with your any predictions that you have or anything that you noticed that stood out. And obviously, you give us your hindsight. Your hindsight's great. It's like a lot of these we've been functioning on hindsight, unfortunately, but still, the hindsight is worth its weight because it gives us a lot of the times the hindsight has included stuff that is just like, oh, wait, I didn't know that. And you didn't know that I knew something else. And then when those things combine, we're able to, put something else together that otherwise maybe would have slipped through the cracks. So don't hesitate to be after the fact, as some trolls would call it. That is
we got the Glen coming up in 2 weeks. We've had that one circled for a while. We've kind of had Talladega circled for a while. I know the Glen's been really circled for a long time for a lot of reasons, and the main reasons we keep bringing up. But Texas next week as well should be very interesting to see what happens.
Absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong, Texas was Little's best finish, right?
Yep. April 5th, 98.
So yeah, exactly. That's right.
Yep.
So yeah, we talked about this a few different times, and absolutely, yeah, there's an overwhelming, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but there is a definite chance for homage to be paid in a major way, and to a player that is just on the side of the stage. People don't see him because this is how they get these things done, guys. This is how homage is paid. And they're usually not like they'll have a Michael Jordan come out and accept the award, but the homage is, well, maybe the homage is for Michael Jordan. Sometimes they do that with like larger than life personalities, but I would say for the most part, the homage that the award is being paid to, or that the victory is being paid to, is somebody who's accepting it behind the scenes. It's so don't be surprised if we see a little bit of a interesting race next week.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. This, like I said, I mean, with the April 29th, 3 more days, big Chad Little born in 63, turning 63, like what they did with Michael Jordan, and they both equal 59. And whether they get the Chad Little ritual in at Texas, or they do it at a high percentage chance they're going to do it at the Glen, that being right in the middle name there, middle name there at the Glen, one day after SVG's birthday, that 97. And last time they went to the Texas race this year at the road course, that SVG did get second. It's like Little got second in his best finish, and the best finish SVG so far, the 97, has also been second in a Texas race. So going back to Texas again, and then the Glen. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting.
And we speculated too as to like, why would Zilich keep the 88 coming up?
Right.
why would SVG give up the 88? He literally makes a name for that car in one season. Well, not that car, I should say, because a lot of famous drivers drove the 88. But I'm saying like for his persona, and then just swap numbers. That's just rebrand when you're winning. That seems weird.
Yeah, especially when you got a big streak on the line, trying to tie Jeff
It's going to
Gordon.
break up the streak too. Like in the stat books, it'll break up the streak for the car. So that's an interesting thought. That's a very interesting thought, Austin. I never thought about that. That's one of those other levels that we talk about all the time, trying to remember, or for me to try to remember. You do a much better job of it. That, a lot of it has to do with the legacy of the vehicle itself, the number of the vehicle, not even necessarily the driver of the vehicle. So very interesting, very interesting. Should be worth.
SVG's first win was in that 91, and it was host of ours 91st race. So that's could be overlap right there as well. Going into next couple weeks. I mean,
a little teaser.
Yep. Weezer teaser.
Well, yeah. Let us know if you guys spot anything. I know Texas is obviously a very famous track as well. So I'm sure that there's like a history that if you guys are, aware of the narrative that Austin's been putting forth, if you guys have stuff to add to that, or maybe, potentially we're off of it and you got something concrete or more cemented than that, obviously let us know. I mean, let us know anything you find or whatever you're speculating on or whatever, but
yeah,
it's very interesting. It does feel a little, no, I don't want to say make or break, but I mean, as far as, because it's not even make or break for your narrative either, but not your narrative, but the narrative you're exposing. But this will be kind of like part one of whether or not it's clear where they're going with this. And keep in mind too, we're moving into the Hall of Fame, and you have Mr. Elliott on the ballot. You have, of course, Biffle again. Some interesting, yeah.
Harvick, I think, yeah.
Interesting names and interesting cars on the ballot. So that's something I might want to let go and write down what cars were on the ballot for these drivers and stuff like that too, because I guarantee you that will play moving forward as well.
Yep.
So sure, yeah. So for this last little bit, I think this will be more. I would assume this will be a little bit more, not ranty. I'm not like gonna get like high horsey about it, but you have an anecdotal story about your get together today and about how nobody was talking about this, and that's great. That's the kind of stuff I love to hear. And of course, I'm not around people enough. I just go to work and then I'm home. So unless my daughter randomly brings it up to me, that's going to be the scariest day of my life. Dad, you hear about Trump's assassination? Oh man, you're grounded. But yeah, I mean, I heard about it through Zach because I happened to catch some of Zach's videos, and I even hopped onto his stream a couple days ago. I was a little late to the party, so I wasn't on there long, but he was talking about religion and everything. Great stream. He's been putting out really great streams. And separately, I do want to highlight King Richard, who's been a little less active with the YouTube, but he's been very active with his website, which we have promoted multiple times. And eventually we'll get it back on here and we'll, promote it even more. But he had great coverage of this as well as Zach did. And point being is I was glad to hear that, most people aren't reacting the way they want people to react around you. And because we got another hoax on our hands. And I was talking to you in the lead up, and it's just funny, you got the deadline for taxes and everything like that. And oh, what do you know? Trump assassination. Oh, what do you know? This is proof, that the ritzy Hilton just isn't good enough for security. You just can't just trust the Hiltons, which, by the way, guys, I mean, we're talking about like Rothschild's level of elite families, the Hiltons, and just the fact that it's like collusion for, it's like proof is right in front of you that politics are owned by the wealthy elites. It's like they host them in their buildings, they host their fake hoaxes in their buildings. The colleges, the universities, they host these hoaxes in their buildings. The nationwide chains of grocery stores and the things of that nature, they host the hoaxes in their buildings. It's more evidence to the contrary of the, oh my God, Trump almost died again. But luckily, what's funny about this is it's getting, I think that is starting to like poke a couple holes in the water balloon, because at least what they're doing is they're making it more evident. And that could be just because they want the next person coming into the presidency to have momentum. And so they'll pull back on Trump. It's not just going to be a Trump train. But yeah, a lot of people have been saying that this is the least believable. And even like, of course, CNN will say stuff like that, but then at the same time, they'll talk about how hoaxes are like calling things hoaxes and false flags are dangerous. And then let me see if I can find it. I thought this was pretty funny, but like CNN was like calling it, how would an assassination attempt be staged? Isn't that a little dangerous, CNN? Isn't that dangerous rhetoric? What do we want? A bunch of conspiracy theorists running around? But it's just how they do that. But anyway,
how do you rig an assassination attempt, bro?
You can't. You need to. You tell me all of them were in on it. You tell me all the wealthy elite. You tell me Jimmy Kimmel's in on it, bro. All right, that's where I draw the line. Jimmy Kimmel? Nah, man.
Bro, you're saying he didn't get shot in the ear, bro? Bro, you're saying that bullet just it didn't really hit him in the neck, bro?
It's just
almost didn't get him again, bro, between holes 5 and 6 on the golf course, bro.
No, so here's another one too. MAGA is increasingly convinced the Trump assassination attempt was staged. You don't say. Look at this, like drawing the lines. It's like it's pictures of staged shit. Like, I mean, you skin your knee at however old he is. How old is Trump now? 70? What is he?
79, 80? Yeah.
Yeah.
On 80.
79. You're
Yeah.
money. You skin your knee at 79. That bitch ain't healing for a month. Unless, depending on how many experimental shots you're taking at certain islands. But yeah, you can just get shot in the ear and it's gone within a week and nobody asks a single question otherwise. Like, you think it'd be brought up at every press conference. Can we see your ear? Can we see, oh my gosh, you're our hero. Let us see your wound. Let us see your scar. Where's the picture of his scar? Shouldn't that just be a visible thing? Can't anyone walk up to him and be like, Don, let me see this, man. I want to post this so people believe us. No, they just don't even have to. They never will have to. Bullshit. It's always been bullshit. But yeah, the White House correspondent. What I think is so funny is that it's like, man, you got to follow this kind of these things enough. It's like you'll have people come in and out and just say conspiracy. You guys are crazy. It's like, bitch, we've been here for years and they've already done this same story 5 times. You're just new to the boat and you have no idea that this boat's been circling this island 5 different times. We've seen it already. They've done this exact thing. Zach was just talking about the White House Correspondents' Dinner before this. He was talking about enough is enough card. And did you see them saying that? Like, they're now saying enough is enough, no more assassinations. It's just like, bro. And yeah, what I was gonna say is, Rich has a great post on his free gematria-truth.blogspot.com. Check it out. Here, but yeah, just another one in the books. Enough is enough, huh?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I didn't even. I mean, I wouldn't even known about this if it wasn't for Zach doing the video. I mean, I missed it last night because I was busy and I went to bed and I was tired and I was getting up early today. But yeah, it's just like I was saying, you know, like you just said, and before we got on here, it's just like, yeah, you know, I had my little birthday meetup today, and you know, we're all meeting together, having a little, birthday thing, and you know, we're all talking about stuff, and not a single person brought this up. Nobody today anywhere talked about this, brought this up. I was thinking of, you know, talking when I bring it up, but I'm like, why do everyone talk about this or bring this up? It's just like, did anybody hear about this? It's just like, and it's just like nobody cares. It's just like, Trump who? Like, we're over here, you know, living life, doing our thing. We don't care about what's going on 3,000 miles away and what Trump's doing. It's like, that's just the thing. If everybody had that attitude and everyone was like that, none of this stuff would work. I mean, if everyone just ignored, and the only way you're gonna hear about anyways is either, you know, people that watch TV, or either if you watch TV or you know, like radio or whatever. I mean, how else are you gonna hear about this? It's like, you know, and if everybody was like that and they didn't care, they didn't pay this no attention, they didn't watch the TV, they didn't, you know, listen to the radio for this stuff wouldn't bother to affect anyone. They wouldn't have any power over you, because I mean, you wouldn't even know stuff's going on. You'd be living your own life, doing your own thing. It's like, huh, what's going on, where, what, huh? You know, that's how it's got to be. If everyone was like that, and that's just the way. I mean, and then you got, like I said, you know, society's just, I mean, they got people just on the ropes as it is. So it's like, at this point, I mean, there's with the Trump, whatever. I mean, the Trump regime, whatever you want to call it, that's all it is. It's just this. I mean, it's just this all the time. I mean, like I said, how long is it till, you know, the boy who cried wolf, till they actually do, you know, the real supposed fake assassination or exit stage left, or pull off the thing and whatever they're gonna do or have plans on doing or might do or whatever. It's just like, they're just gonna keep pulling this lever, they're just gonna keep pulling this card, I guess. But there's like, you got a lot of people that you know, have turned against Trump, that don't like Trump, that they don't even care. So it's like, these stories at this point, it's just like, what, you know, what a pathetic script to have to keep pulling these just stupid shenanigans, like just like, how dumb can you be? How dumb can it be? It's just, that's just the thing. It's just like, for all the people that care and, you know, or even would even bother with this stuff, it's just like all the people that voted for Trump, or want the war, or want to go kill whoever, or do this or do that. It's just like, or like I said, you still support Trump and stuff, and the draft or whatever. It's just like, well, these should be the people then that are we shouldn't have the draft. It should be these people that are in the war fighting. If there is a war, to send these people. It should be these people. I mean, just the fact this even goes on now is, it's just like, wow, just what a crazy weird time we are in.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the mockery of enough is enough is just so brutal. We talked so many times about how they just poke at real people all the time in the media. It's so funny because the ones that eat it up the most, it's not for you. It's like the things you're taking in. It's like, yeah, the propaganda is there to keep you stupid and it's working. But the point I'm making is like for the people that can read the script behind the, with their they live glasses on, they're talking to us. Enough is enough is mockery to us. It's like, that's what we should be doing. We should be saying enough is enough, not because we fear for our boo-boo president's wife. No, it's because we should say enough is enough, and we should push the revolution card. That's the next card in the cards. It should be cards for humanity. That should be our first card for humanity is revolution. Maybe that's what we can.
We're sick of the scams. Yeah.
Maybe we can ride that train. Maybe we can release our own tabletop set.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the mockery too, like you said, it's just like at the rate that and how many of these now do we have a year? I mean, this is how many do we have in 2024? How many in 2025? I mean, we're just going to keep getting more of these, like I said, until they supposedly, like I said, maybe the next one it's going to be the real fake assassination, the real stage left where they do get him out of the picture or something, or maybe that's going to be this summer, this fall, or next year. I mean, but it's like at that point, I mean, who's even still buying this? Like I said today, no one cared. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody, people I'm around, people I talk to, they don't like Trump. Who? Like Trump? What? Huh? Well, what's going on? We don't know. We don't care. We're living our lives. We're doing this. We got things going on. It's just like I don't know. It's just enough is enough. What else can you say?
Absolutely. And this post is really really good. Between Zach's video and this post, you get everything you really need to know about it. I guess we can try to bring up the cool. This guy. Oh, come on. Go out of here. Face down. He's eating carpet. There's something there.
There is.
He just fit, just mouthfuls of carpet. He's not shy.
Nope.
He went to Caltech. He was like a video game designer. I was trying to look into like what his video game was. Let's see. It's called Boredom. I'm like, watch this game have a huge uptick in downloads. Looks pretty retarded. But
I'm already bored.
Definitely, this is Boredom the game for sure.
No wonder he had to do this assassination. He was just this bored. I mean, something had to get him going.
Let's see. I'm just curious. December 20th, 2018. December 20th. Let's go back to let's see. 7 years, 88 months. What do you know? From that guy's game to today. Why I say that is kind of funny is because I was reading a report thing. Look at this. Look, this is TMZ. And it's like, this is better than his LinkedIn. Like if I would use this as my LinkedIn from here on out, this TMZ article, because it's just basically it's like an advertisement for this guy. He says he's been a part-time teacher at CTU Education. The company provides college test prep plus academic. It's like, why is this AI writing this, by the way, but still, Allen was the teacher of the month in December 24. This is what I wanted to highlight, guys. How many times? The other shooter was in a BlackRock commercial. This is how they fake this crap. It's like the person that's caught has always had something that could prove and place them somewhere. I want everybody to think of like how many people in this world have something that like the media could go and look up and place you somewhere. There's not that many people who have won an award or is like have an award that is like posted somewhere that makes it like known to more people than the 5 people you work with or the 5 people or the little small school that you do things in. But no, he's on the cover of the December last year or 2 years ago. Cole Allen, there he is. There's proof. There's the proof that he is who he is and he's real. And I'm not saying he's not real, but I'm saying his character is, and of course, he writes a manifesto like they all do. I mean, it seems like he was just bored and he's just going through some boredom.
I need something to do.
Goes from this to this. Oh man, how they fall. Just look at the people just like, oh, I gotta get my earpiece in. Oh, my earpiece almost fell out. Oh shit. And then there's just this guy backwards cap. Yeah, that seems formal. That's when it comes to a government investigation, I'm looking for guys with backwards caps. That's like those are the guys I trust to get their job.
It's like he's laying down, getting ready for a massage.
That's probably what he's getting right before. A good knee in the back of your neck for a few minutes, that could be really good for your like spine.
Oh yeah.
Ask Mr. Floyd. But what's funny is if you saw pictures from the fiasco, very similar. You have like a woman Secret Service girl like get to the very front and like has her pistol drawn. She's like ready to shoot. I'm just like, oh my gosh, they do this every time. Just think about the whole Butler thing with a picture. It's just like, well, what I also wanted to highlight about the whole Butler thing is all the pictures of Trump like being escorted away after that assassination attempt. Why does he need 2 people to help him walk?
Right.
Like, why does I'm sorry, do you have a bum leg? You got shot in the ear. Dip, bro. I'd be dipping. Like, okay, do your fist bump still. Okay, do your fist bump, but then dip. Why do you got 2 people like attached to you, like helping you walk? But no one ever explained that. Like, did your colostomy bag pop and you got a bigger problem going on down there? But
yeah, and if a bullet did even get close to your ear and that be that close, it would have just blew out his eardrum, and then it would have messed up his like cochlea and stuff. So he wouldn't have been able to walk and limp out of there and get out of there. He would have just been like down and out. It's just like when you get you spin in a circle and you get super dizzy, you fall over. You have like no coordination. It would just be like this slow, limber, sad walk off the stage. No, he'd be like down and out, blown eardrum, and it'd be obvious that there was. And plus, I mean, even if the bullet got, if it even nicked your ear or got close to your ear, a bullet that size, it would have either took off like all of your ear, like it would have hit your head or part of your head or whatever. I mean, it's even if it got close and even hit you, I mean, it still would have affected you to the point where you'd be donezo. I mean, it wouldn't just be no sad little stroll off the stage. Oh, boo hoo, they're shooting at me. Look at me, I'm sad, and whatever that weird gesture he made, then walked away. It's just like, yeah. And like I said, it very well could have just been makeup too, because it could have been makeup or paint they'd used or whatever.
I mean, just think of Ashley Babbitt on January 6th. That shit is exposed as completely fake. It's like,
yeah,
there were cameras present. They showed that it was fake. It was fake. It was faked. She was sitting there smiling. She was like supposed to be dead and not responding, and she's sitting there like smiling and like laughing even. Dude, it's messed up. And it's like, just a unidentified policeman on the other side of the wall just sticking his gun through and shooting. It's like, oh yeah, what procedure is that? What protocol is that? To go stick your hand through the wall and shoot one person who's climbing up over the whatever. It's just like, what? tell me where that makes sense. Like you have a crowd of angry people. Oh, I'm gonna shoot one of them. That'll calm things down. And how come it worked? How come it fucking worked? Like, how come they didn't bum rush after that? It's just like it was a staged event. But his manifesto is pretty funny. Hello, everybody. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone who trust I abused. Everyone whose trust I abused. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for Most Wanted. Oh, he's it's like this isn't the time for like levity and like jokes and like sarcasm to your parents who you might never see again. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I probably most certainly do need to go to the ER, but can hardly call that not a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, and all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being near. Why would you be sorry to all of them? I thought the whole point was that you're like anti this establishment and everything. You know how many like Trump people were there? Like, weird to apologize to all of them now. Like, why do it if you're sorry for doing it before? Why do it? It's like such a stupid thing to apologize before doing something. It's a oxymoron. I apologize to everyone who was abused and or murdered before this, to all those who suffered before I was able. Everybody. So everybody who was Genghis Khan, if he got you back in the day, he found you in your hut and offed you, I'm so sorry. Bro, what do you all the Mount Vesuvius when Mount Vesuvius erupted? I'm so sorry. What are you talking about? To all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, because he didn't do shit. Regardless of my success or failure, I don't expect forgiveness. But if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. On to why I did any of this. I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflects on me. I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While I'm discussing this, I'll also go over my expected rules of engagement, probably in a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. It's like AI wrote this shit. Like a gay eye wrote this. Gay eye. We might want to get ahead of gay eye because I can see that happening. Anyway, don't quote me on that. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets. Why not including Mr. Patel? That's kind of weird. But anyway, they are targets, prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary and to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible. Okay, he's going Solid Snake in there. He's going Hitman. All right. AKA, I hope they're wearing body armor because center mass with shotguns messes up people who aren't. Hotel security, not targets if at all possible, AKA unless they shoot at me. Capitol Police, same as hotel security. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. You see, it's like, it's so stupid. Why would none of the guests be targets either? What a short-sighted plan. It's like if you can't get Trump, you got to quickly get somebody else real quick, in my opinion. But in order to minimize, like at least Jimmy Kimmel, please. In order to minimize casualties, I will also be using buckshot rather than slugs. Less penetration through walls. Like, how bad is your aim? What is your plan going into this? If you got bad aim, shouldn't you use? Oh, okay, I see. But like, isn't
why not just
buckshot
toss a flashbang in there? It's like toss a flashbang, just like have your way with them. You know what I mean? Like throw some tear gas there. Be creative with it.
like buckshot? Like what? Why not like a an unknown agent. You know,
Yeah.
a fertilizer bomb. I don't know. These are people have thought these things out better.
Right. He's a flamethrower.
Learn from the previous manifesto writers. Read their manifestos, build upon them. Don't just go off the script. In order to minimize, but also like to minimize casualties, it's like, but not victims, I guess, because buckshot is just going to spray. But anyway, I would still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor, and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. Okay, you're going to shoot every American citizen? Objection 1. I don't know how many left to this shit. All right, let's skip to the good stuff, if there is any. Oh yeah, he also gave himself nicknames: Cold Force and Friendly Federal Assassin.
Huh.
Cold Force, like, bro.
He's real cold. He must be working at Chili's. Chili.
Okay, now that all the sappy stuff is done, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? Sorry, going to rant a bit here and drop the formal tone. Like, I expected security cameras at every bend, bugged hotel rooms, armed agents every 10 feet, metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got? Who knows? Maybe they're pranking me. It's nothing. No damn security, not in transport, not in the hotel. Listen to this shit. And what has Trump been going on about for that stupid ballroom? The security. The security is really bad. We need to tighten up security, and we need to make sure that our guests are safe. And now this guy's manifesto is just going off about how the security's bad. It's almost like an undercover boss. He's just going and testing the Secret Service. Oh my gosh. Not in the hotel, not in the event. Like, the one thing I immediately noticed walking into the hotel is the sense of arrogance. I walk in with multiple weapons and not a single person there considers the possibility that I could be a threat. The security at the event is all outside, focused on protesters and current arrivals, because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. And you had that one guy who always comments on Trump stuff. Can't remember his name, but Van Jones. And he was all like, a day previous or the couple of days before, he was talking about how there's going to be a big gathering out front. There's going to be a lot of noise out front. So it's just like this subconscious, like, bullshit they put in your head to make you think that this is a cohesive story. And then you read the manifesto, it's like, wow, it's true. Van Jones, bro. He's right. He's right on the money. All right. Like, this level of incompetence is insane. Yeah. Who? You're talking about you or the event staff? And I very sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country gets actually competent leadership again. Why would you hope it's corrected? Why would you want the next person that tries to take out a pedophile to have a harder time? That's kind of a weird statement. But anyway, like if I was an Iranian agent instead of an American citizen, I could have bought a damn Medusa in here. Medusa? I don't know. And no one would have noticed shit. Actually insane. Oh, and if anyone is curious how doing something like this, like, if anyone is curious how doing something like feels. Okay, I'm not having a seizure. He just bad writing. It's awful. I want to throw up. I want to cry for all the things I wanted to do and never will. For all the people whose trust this betrays. I experienced rage thinking about everything this administration has done. Can't really recommend it. Stay in school, kids. Like, it's like a Sesame Street fucking tone. Bro, this is just... I gotta meet a person who could read this and even buy a sentence of it. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, just like the fact they don't even try anymore. It's like, I mean, I think they really ever did, but it's just like, it just gets dumber and dumber. I mean, with everything they do. I mean, they don't even make it close to being possibly interesting or believable. They just make everything just out to be so stupid and dumb. Like, yeah, I just, it's like, how pathetic can you be?
This is just there's several layers to it. This was a multi-faceted little agenda they had working. Has a lot to do with Erica Kirk and a bunch of other players on the main stage right now, and it's just a fucking shit show. And I can't. It's just it hurts anybody who's even has the inkling that this is remotely true. They need to isolate themselves for at least 48 hours. No more phone. I mean, just use your phone like a phone, because nowadays it's a tablet. Most people use their phones as a tablet, not a phone at all. It's barely a phone. Isolate yourself, clear your head. Don't let the propaganda in for at least 2 days, probably more. But I'm just saying, like, trying to work with your schedule, guys. And then just slowly, if you have butter, Crisco, olive oil works great. Coconut oil, spread that like around like the base of your neck to start, and then just the sphincter as well, and just slowly pull your head out of your ass over the next couple of days. And by day 2, you should be mostly out. It's kind of like reverse crowning, like you're reverse giving birth. But yeah, you should be at least to your nose after a couple of days, and you'll start to breathe the truth air and not be in. Your eyes are still covered up, so because they're still stuck in your ass, so you won't be struggling. You won't be able to see any of the propaganda still, but you'll start to smell it, and you'll see how much it stinks like shit. And you'll be like, wait, that's not my ass. That's the propaganda I'm smelling. It's like, I'm pretty close to my ass right now. I'm literally inside of it. And that's not my ass I'm smelling. That's the shit that they've been feeding me that I've been eating up. Oh, man. And then it's a levels of awakening and understanding. But it all starts with, I would say it's best to probably try to isolate, because the IQ is not there. The inherent understanding and the quick-wittedness is not there for most people to easily pick up on being lied to your face, and being like, how some people can understand there's an inside joke being played. It doesn't mean you have to know what the inside joke is. That's the point of an inside joke. You have to figure it out or else be inside. But you should at least know one's being played. I'm sure most of our audience and you have been playing an inside joke, and when you meet that oblivious person that just will laugh at their own joke being told on them and act like they know what you're talking about and just be naive, and don't be that person. At least know a joke's being played. It doesn't mean you got to know it right away, but just know one's being played, and there's been a joke playing on you your entire life. Realize it and work with us to help figure this out, or never mind the joke. But let's figure out our own inside joke to play on these fuckers.
Yeah. To go along with the people, they got to pull their head out of their ass, and while they're pulling the head of their ass, they're gonna have to somehow find a way to get some good weed so they really can zone out and really think about things real hard, because they're going to want to open the mind up while they do this at the same time. So they're going to have to, they might just want to start by blowing the weed smoke up their ass. So butt chug it. So as they're pulling their head out, they're going to be high the whole time. So the more and more they pull their head, it's just going to be, they're just going to really, is going to open their mind as they're pulling their head out. So yeah. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know a single person personally around that knows or cares about this. So, and obviously there's people out there that do, because there are those people, but Yeah, you know, and like I said, it's this is what it is. I mean, these are the people like we talk about all the time. I mean, that are just they're just so far gone. They're just so far detached from the real world and facts and truth. And these are the people that are, you know, they're the walking danger. These are the people that are, like I said, that are. If there's, like I said, the draft, if they brought it back, these are the people that are going to be first to go and fight the war that they supposedly won or cheering on or uh, just the first to be eliminated at any reason at all, because these people are just the number one force dragging us all down to hell. And like I said, this is just going to be another one of these stories that spirals into other things and turns into other things, and they're just going to keep going back and adding these. And like I said, I mean, who knows where it's all going to go? But I mean, uh, I mean, can you just imagine like there's going to be like say this book, but like another book on Trump or some another one that he writes or endorses or whatever. It's going to be like talking about all these assassinations. You're just going to see some sucker just like sit there, eat it up. I'm like, wow, this guy, bro, this guy went through so much in his life. He had to, he took a bullet for us in the ear, but it was okay. He survived. And oh my God, they almost got it between holes 5 and 6 on the golf course. But I mean, it's not like that number matters. That's just where he was. That the number doesn't matter for anything. But then, yeah, then there was another one, and there was even more. Then, yeah, then there was another one. But then they got the guy, and he almost took him out again. But wow, I mean, yeah, Trump has to be God. He has to be the savior. I mean, he has to have Jesus, man. How he can just survive all this? He's clearly the chosen one. I mean, he's just the greatest of all time. That's why they got to keep taking him out. He's just the way he stood in there and fought the deep state, and he fought for all of us, and he got up on that stage for COVID for you and me to keep us safe. And just what a great guy. I mean, this is the books that are going to be published. This is what people are going to be reading and talking about. The ones that are eating this stuff up. Like I'm just picturing it years to come. They got about 12 face diapers on by that time. That they have like instead of like ammo cartridges, they have like vaccine cartridges they're carrying on themselves. So they just can jab themselves whenever they feel something coming up. They're gonna have like this like
Like an
bubble.
EpiPen.
Yeah, they're like an EpiPen. So they can take their shots. Oh my God, they're gonna have like instead of riot shields, they're gonna have just face shields, but it's gonna cover the whole body. So it's like this like detachable thing, just pull and just like stick it out, and it goes wide, turns into like a riot shield for germs. Um, yeah, they're gonna have little needle cartridges, so when their EpiPen runs out, they have like multiple. So it's gonna be like a big like a minigun chain, so they just can keep that stuff going. They're gonna have a big bag of extra face diapers on them. They're all gonna be wearing their mega hats and their mega shirts. They'll all be sitting this just like I did today, but they're gonna be talking about the Democrats and the Republicans, man. It was the demon rats, bro. It's the blue states. It's these blue staters, man. All these people in Washington and Colorado and California, they all gotta die. These blue states, man. These libtards, these uh the demon rats, they're the ones causing all the problems. We need those Republicans. We need another Trump. We need Trump back. We're gonna make America great again this time because it was Trump, and then some Democrat went in there, and then see it got bad again because they really needed Trump in there even longer and more. He would have made it better. He just didn't have enough time, even though he had like 3 terms already. But yeah, this is what we need. This is what it's gonna be. I mean, this is where that's gonna be the next generation right now with the way these things are going. Is if we don't stop the agenda and this keeps going on and there's not a input to it, and I mean, it could be lead up to some big event. We don't know. Like I said, nothing. That's what I always, I always come out here and say, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing's for certain. So you don't. Nobody knows the future exactly what's going to happen and what's going to go down. But I mean, at this point, if whatever they do, it's just like I don't know. I mean, they just. I mean, to me, if they can just keep doing this they have to just feel like they could just keep doing this forever because they have the population at that point. Like COVID 2020, like they had to do COVID 2020 to get the population at this point. They had to usher that in because they weren't quite there yet. They had to definitely do that one. But I mean, it's just like they're at the point now where, I mean, like I said, I mean, they could just keep this going on forever because who cares? No one's, it's like, what's the deal? I mean, so yeah, these are very interesting times, and we never know what they're exactly plotting or planning next. But enough is enough is a giant understatement at this point.
Well put. That's a very good point.
The face of that champion right there. Well, what a great man. That's a strong man right there.
I mean, just surrounded by Chads and winners too.
Yeah.
I'm like Secret Service. You can't have Oculus, like, or you can't have, the Ray-Ban Meta glasses on so that we can see from firsthand, see the, like, how come that hasn't been adopted yet by like cops? Is that one of those things that they give the general populace first and then they take it away and it's only, I bet that is. Now that I think about it, I guarantee you it is. They give the general populace the camera glasses. They let us ruin it, to where you'll have most people wanting camera glasses to be banned, Ray-Bans, and then police force and the government will only use it. They do that with a lot of things, guys. Pretty much everything, if you think about it. But yeah. Well, we hope we didn't put off your guys' sleep or you're waking up with this image. I'll get it out of here. But yeah, it's an interesting conversation. There's a lot to that, and I do implore you guys to check out King Richard's website. That I'd barely scratched the surface. He has a lot of great information on that, and obviously Zach's channel. Check it out. He's covered this extensively and probably is still covering it as it's very new and fresh. So do implore you guys to go check it out. Maybe catch a live if you can. Ask questions if you can, if you make it into one. But yeah, support the people who are talking about this in a, inflammatory light, not somebody who's, not the people who are just going along to get along and repeating and parroting these bullshit CNN talking points. And I'm not trying to target CNN. I'm saying any news organization talking point. It's just, we're getting to the point where we're going to be saying it's 2030 and people still don't get it. This can't happen, guys. This
right.
It's too obvious. It's going to get to the point where I don't want to we've talked about this so many times, Austin, how we don't want to be jaded on humanity. We really don't want to be at all. And I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying we don't think we're better than anyone either. It's just when it comes to we want to have a world that's the most palatable for everybody to get along in. And when you have people so closed off and so naive, and I understand there's things out of our control, the diets, the things we breathe, they're doing this in more ways than one. But at the end of the day, I'm breathing the same air and I've had to drink the same shit water. I've had to go to the same shit school. Guys, it's obvious. It was obvious to me then too. Now, unless we want to get super religious and say that we're the select few, all right, we can go with that. Or you guys can get egotistical about it, challenge us, see that we're right, and join our side. At least do that. At least challenge us, see that we're right, and join our side. Don't just sit there on the, with the freaking empire and you just like a freaking a stormtrooper, just all dressed the same, all look the same, all say the same crap, and all miss on everything. Yeah, I'll let you close us out, Austin, and I'll get this bad boy uploaded for the viewers. I had a lot of fun tonight, even though it's a shorty.
Yeah, it was a perfect fit to 84, Austin 84, Jesuit 84. It was a perfect one, and Yeah, and you're absolutely right with humanity, and none of us. I can't fathom the next 3 to 4 years, or even the rest of this year, or next year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years. But yeah, it's. I really see the next 4 years kind of coming down to just kind of how humanity plays this out themselves, and it's. I mean, it's like with other things too. It's like I always say, everything is double-edged sword. It's got the goods, the bads, the pros, the cons. It's just like AI. I mean, people think AI is just. I mean, AI is as good as it's being programmed, and as it's being programmed by the right people with the right intentions, and to be better and stuff. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, it's just like if you're sitting there and you're talking with an AI. Because I had talked to an AI just a week or two ago, and it actually went pretty. I'm like, oh boy, I got to talk to AI here. Great, I was just gonna go. And actually went. I was like, that was pretty damn good. That was pretty damn solid. That was pretty impressive. It's like, yeah, that was a billion times better than a CTE or Andrew Wilson. I mean, I'll take a AI over a Andrew Wilson or a CTE any day. I mean, that thing is a billion times more useful and smarter and better, and I can actually work with that. That's actually beneficiary. So, because you do have these people in society, and you do have uh, these types walking around amongst us, and they're out there, and that's why you can't hate and diss on other things, and think that everything's bad, everything's negative, and all that. Because I mean, look, just you got to be honest about things, just be honest about it. It's like, yeah, this is crap. This does suck. These people are crap. They do suck, and that's what you have to really look at with these things. And like I said, I mean, it's either all of we either just have to believe. I hate to use the word believe, but there has to be enough power within us together, no matter what we're doing, uh, to just know that we are going to win, or we have to win, because that's the only way things will ever happen and ever change at this point. I do believe that we can, 2039, 2040, the next 19-year cycle. I can't fathom that time. And like I said, I don't even want to talk about that time, because it's going to be a completely different world. And it is going to feel, like I said, it's going to be like another 6-7 years, and it's going to be here is what it's going to feel like. And it's going to be completely different, whether we're still here or not, whatever the world is like. But I really think humanity is going to win the war, or lose it in the next few years as it is. And there's no guarantee that we even have a few more years or a year left or anything. There is no guarantees in life. Nothing is for certain. But at this point, it's on humanity to win the game. I mean, we've been deep in the game a long time, but there's always a crease. There's always a way out. There's always something you can do. And as whatever they're doing, like I always say, I mean, it's always about what they do and how we respond. I mean, as they do something, you don't respond, or you ignore it, or you don't comply, they can't get you. I mean, they have to physically come after you, and there's more of us than there are of them. So it's just not, we got them at that point. We have to win. It's just, otherwise it's going to be, they're going to win, because humanity took itself out, and we're at war with each other, and couldn't come together with each other, and we couldn't work together and build teams and build systems. And that's just what it's going to come down to. It's either going to be one of those two things. It's either we're going to take ourselves out, or we're just going to let them take us out. But there's way more of us than there are of them. And like I said, if we don't comply, we don't give them nothing, we don't give them an inch, they can't take a mile. They have to somehow come after us, try and kill us, attack us, do whatever. I mean, so it is what it is. You have to force them to make a move. You have to force them to beat you. And if they beat us, they beat us. If they win, they win. But that's the point we're at right now. We are
we are there. Like I said, it's extremely weird time, extremely crazy time, and extremely crazy time. And it's just, everything's just multiplying. But just like the Illuminati card game and all the cards that have been around for a while, it truly is enough is enough.
I do believe that'll more than likely be the title of this episode, unless a burst of inspiration happens. But well, we thank you guys for hanging with us. And what are your thoughts on this whole endeavor and psyop, I should call it? And also, if you guys have any predictions on races or additions going into Texas or any other race upcoming or any other sport, it can be whatever. I'm just trying to point your effort and energy towards something. But yeah, really just whatever you guys want, criticism, ideas for episodes, shoot them to us in the comments or through the email, and look out for Austin's information in the description if you're still interested, if you guys anyone's interested in his investment opportunities and everything. And also make sure you hit our birthday boy with a happy birthday coming up here. I mean, anytime from now until the day, because you won't see us until after. But
Yep.
Make sure you give him some love in the comments. And with that being said, we will see you guys next week. It'll be May, so moving fast.
Mayday's coming in hot.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.